Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. As always, we've got news, so let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I want to show you guys is actually a really cool Tyrannosaurus Rex model coming from Paleokhris. If you can remember, a little ways back I had actually reviewed his prehistoric planet-style Tyrannosaurus, which was phenomenal. He now has a Jurassic Park-style Tyrannosaurus out, which you can see from these images. Again, he doesn't just sculpt out Tyrannosaur models, he actually has many different species. If you check out his Instagram account, you could see tons of them that you can actually order. But I did want to promote this because it's his newest one that he has just recently released, and again, there are a lot of Jurassic Park fans, of course, that visit this channel. Definitely an incredible model, yet again, by Paleokhris. Definitely hoping to get my hands on more of his work very soon. Also, as far as Creature Preacher goes, as you can see from these images, we've got a new model out from Creature Preacher, or it's in the process of coming out. It's not totally released quite yet, but you can see we've got the dragon from the 7th voyage of Sinbad, and it's very exciting to see this as a model from Creature Preacher because this is one model that many people have been asking for. You know, we have the Star Ace line with the Ray Harryhausen line, and they have not quite released this dragon or anything quite yet, and I think it's probably their most requested release, but we now have one coming from Creature Preacher, which is extremely exciting, and I think this might be one of his best sculpts overall. Like, it looks so spot on. It is actually quite crazy. Definitely hoping to get my hands on this because I do have one model of this creature in my collection. It's a very small one, but this looks like it's going to be far better than the one that I have, and of course, I love anything from Creature Preacher, so that's another selling point if you ask me, but definitely an extremely cool model coming from him, one that, of course, if you are interested in picking up, I will let you know once it is available. Also, as far as Nanmu goes, they've given us this preview of the Dragon Soul version of their upcoming Kong model that they are creating, and it definitely looks really cool. I wonder what it will look like next to the V-Rex that has been released already by Nanmu. It almost looks like maybe the two will kind of combine into a diorama, which would definitely be really fun. But I'm not too sure when they're going to unveil the other version of the Kong that they are releasing or when these might actually get a release, but it's still really cool to see, again, some more progress on this model. Also, as far as Guilherme Bilinski art, we have a look at the Ducky and Petrie figures that he has released. I did show off an image of these in the previous video, but we now actually have, you know, quite a few different images, as well as an image showing the entire release together with the base, which looks really cool with some water and stuff there. And again, this would complete the set now, as he has released all of the other Land Before Time characters previously, with these being the only two that needed a release, and they now are, again, officially finished. So if you are interested in grabbing some of those, make sure you contact Guilherme Bilinski Art and purchase yourself some of these amazing Land Before Time models. Also, as far as the Cyberzoic line, and of course the Kickstarter that is currently going on, again, if you have not taken part in that quite yet, definitely do so. But we have a look at the Deinonychus now, not only the Deinonychus, but with the armor and everything on it, and it looks absolutely incredible. Of course, just adding armor and everything to the dinosaurs, which is kind of one of the main selling points of the Cyberzoic line, gives you that classic Dino Riders vibe, that Dino Riders feel, but with a more updated interpretation of the dinosaurs involved. But just in general, this Deinonychus is honestly a dream come true for many because we really don't have many Deinonychus models or anything out, and definitely none that I can think of that has articulation. I guess actually there would be the older Resaurus version, but that's not quite as articulated as we'll see with this Cyberzoic version. But again, the gallery looks really nice, definitely continuing to hype us up for each and every one of these upcoming Cyberzoic releases. And speaking of Kickstarters, there is another Kickstarter that is currently going on and just has not had near enough attention on it. We have the Zealandia models, and these are basically retro dinosaurs in 1/35th scale, and they look unbelievable. I have actually promoted some of these in the past. In fact, I think I had only shown off the Iguanodon because from the time that I had promoted them previously until now, there have been 2 new species added to the line, which we now have a Compsognathus as well as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And what's really cool is they actually kind of like pinpoint the versions of these dinosaurs that they are releasing, like the time frame that these would have been what we looked at as being these species, which is, something that you've never seen before when it comes to retro dinosaurs. I've never seen anybody make a release like that where they actually pinpoint exactly what year version of that dinosaur that we are looking at. But on top of these incredible images, I also have a video here from the Zealandia Kickstarter. So check this out.
Hello, my name is Jacob Cook and I'm an artist and dinosaur enthusiast based in Auckland, New Zealand. I started the Zealandia Models Retro Dinosaur project as a way to celebrate the rich history of paleontology and art and pop culture pre-1993, a subject often neglected by dinosaur toy and model manufacturers today. By utilising 3D sculpting and printing, I've been able to test and refine several figures, 3 of which have been selected for the first wave of retro dinosaurs. These 3 figures are the 1/35th scale 1930s T-Rex, the 1/35th scale 1960s Iguanodon, and the 1/10th scale 1970s Compsognathus. From here, these models will be cast in solid, monochromatic plastic in a similar style to the Invicta dinosaurs of the 1970s and 80s. With a growing appreciation for vintage reconstructions of dinosaurs among collectors and enthusiasts, Zealandia Models is bringing a unique opportunity to include these vintage reconstructions in your collection. Thank you very much for your support.
And of course, that video explains it all way better than I ever could. But I do want to stress to you guys to make sure that if you are interested in these amazing vintage dinosaurs, that you take part in that Kickstarter so we can get these funded and get some of these extremely cool, very Invicta-style retro dinosaurs into our collection. I will, of course, include a link in the description to where you can take part in that Kickstarter today. And then as far as Mattel goes, and a huge thank you goes out to Collect Jurassic for this information. But we've got 2 new reveals for Mattel figures. The first is the Mega Roar Blue. Now, of course, we would have yet another Velociraptor Blue figure, as if we haven't had enough already. But as you can see, this is another one of those kind of like child-oriented figures where we have that very exaggerated sculpt and goofy action figures and stuff. Very goofy proportions as well. But it looks kind of fun, It's something that I will definitely be picking up. And in fact, I already have pre-ordered it on Amazon because that is where it is up for pre-order currently. It's not something that I'm overly excited about because even though I do enjoy these kind of goofier figures, it's never anything that I'm just basically counting the days to get into my hands, but it still looks kind of cool, I guess, for what it is. On top of that, today was the Beyond the Gates reveal, and we have my most exciting Hammond Collection release ever. We have the Carnotaurus, and this is up for pre-order currently on Target.com, where you can get an order in if you would like, or you can wait for it to kind of inevitably show up in store prior to it actually shipping on Target.com, because that's almost what always happens. But man, did they ever knock this out of the park. Easily the single best Mattel Carnotaurus ever. I really don't see them defeating this one unless maybe they release a demon version of this Carnotaurus at some point, which I would really love to see, and that would be an easy money for Mattel to kind of just basically alter a few things and give it a different paint scheme. But the sculpt is incredible on this, definitely very screen accurate if you ask me. On top of that, the paint application looks great. We have way better proportions on this. Again, they even make mention to that in the Beyond the Gates video, is the fact that we have much more proportionate feet and everything, again, as they continue to improve the Hammond collection overall with that kind of stuff, better proportions, which is like the most aggravating thing about the Hammond collection prior to this would have been those bad proportions. Way better with this Carnotaurus, and we even have glass eyes, which, you can't really tell exactly how good they'll look until we see it in person, because the Hammond collection T-Rex looked really nice, I think, in the promo images, and then a little iffy in person when it came to the eyes. But even from what we had seen in the Beyond the Gates video, as well as these images, I think the eyes look way better on this Carnotaurus than any of the glass eyes we've seen prior. So if you are interested in this, make sure you head on over to Target right now, get your pre-order in, or again, you can wait for it to show up in store at some point in the near future. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.